Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Hello. I'm working.
Hey,
Well, I'm whistling. I don't know.
I am your host, Howard Peter, along with host Miss Tinkerbell, and along with host Miss Jess Beauregard. We call her Theodore, but she is not here
I was
tonight.
going to
She's
say, no,
feeling under the weather, so we are sending prayers out for her for speedy recovery. Uh, Tonight we have Miss Terry Wilson from Alabama is joining us tonight. Uh, I keep
are
wanting
you
to go
having brain
I
fart?
got my mic on tonight because I got this thing next to me.
Get milk.
My appendage. Yeah, I'm
I don't
getting my
know if
ass.
you're gonna make it to the wedding day, Howard.
I'm trying. I'm trying for a quick suicide, murder suicide thing, but she ain't biting on it yet.
You know,
It may happen.
And tonight's guest, we were supposed to have Mr. Andrew Gonzalez on tonight, but he couldn't make it. A family emergency. He called. He texted me early, and it was just something he is out beyond his control. And it happens. It does happen. So tonight we have someone beautiful and gorgeous. I call her my Irish wife, Miss Jenny Sullivan.
Jenny's in the house.
And we also have Miss Jillian also joining us, and we're going to talk to this. We're going to have Miss Jillian. You work at you work or you curator or what is it at Lep Castle in Ireland?
I actually, that Castle would be one of the places that I would work from. Yeah. I run a daily guided bus tour business called Offaly Enchanting Tours. And one of our tours on that will be involving 4 castles within the county Offaly. And then I run SpookTube Tours, which is a paranormal team of mediums. We're not paranormal investigators, we're mediums. And the 3 castles that we would work from in County Offaly would be Lep Castle, Kinnity Castle Hotel, and Charleville Castle.
Awesome. And let's see
Can
what
I
else
be
we
your
have.
best friend? You
Jenny didn't ask. And look, Chad, look, I'm telling you now, I'm hearing enough shit. Okay, I'm hearing it. I got 5 women on here, and it's just me. Okay, so I've got to stand my ground somewhere. And of course, you're gonna say something. You are looking to get Jenny fired up this afternoon, this evening.
I'm already there. Jenny didn't post the time zones again. Jesus, that's twice in one night. Don't fire me, please.
Oh, by the way, tonight I did eat a whole mess of crawfish, and I ate some crawfish, and I ate some. Let's see what else we had. I had crawfish, I had corn, I had potatoes, I had sausage, and Jackie ate all the garlic. So I'm feeling full right now, but she's gassy as. It's not a natural. It's not a natural thing. It's going to happen. She done killed me twice already. Tried to get her back, and I tried to throw a snake on her, but she didn't. She was down the street before I could get the snake on her. I put it in my pocket. You want it? No. So, remember Miss Jenny Sullivan in here. She's going to be talking about a little bit about what happened to. I guess there's no short word, a polite way of putting it. I guess, or no, just go straight out with the question. What's going on with the American? What is the greatest worldwide ghost hunt ever?
It is the world's largest ghost hunt.
And what's the gossip on that?
You didn't even know it was going.
It is. Oh my gosh! How kind of a long story short. It's going back to last year when I had my team included. Well, I was putting my team forward for it, and there was one of the girls wanting to join my team. Lep Castle was going to be part of it. So, oh yeah. Love Castle was going to be part of it. Well, Millmount, we were doing Millmount. And then, so this girl came on and said, Jen, can I join your team? And I knew the girl from before. And she basically at the end of it, she was just kind of, I was pushed out, but you just needed my name to be put on the posters and whatnot. Otherwise, I would have been discarded after that. Any meeting that they had, I was out of it. But if you're in my team, I'd be included in the meetings. But because she's friends with the creator of it, one of the creators of it, we had disagreements, and I just said, take me out of it. I'm not doing it. Take my name out of it. I'm not doing it. And I told the girl, she was on my team for about 3 weeks, and I told her I took her off the team. Basically, I took her off the team immediately when I found out what was going on. And that was it. And then I was getting mails from the other woman, and I was getting mails from the other woman, basically telling me to be careful. And I laughed when I saw that, to be careful. And I'm going to give the names. If you want, I can give you the names. I don't mind. I've already done my own show tonight about it. It's about para-unity. Para-unity. And this is anything but para-unity. They sing para-unity like canaries, but they don't practice it. And they kind of got I did say one of these days you're going to harass or bully the wrong person. And for the second time, in 2 years, they have gotten to me again. So I was on the committee for the world's largest ghost hunt. I was going to be coaching the UK teams. I've been speaking to someone, earlier, within my circle of friends, and was explaining about all the messages that has been sent to my own friends by this woman. And she's like a rocket up her arse now. She's really not happy. But you don't. Anyway, so she got me taken off the committee because I was on it. She was not supposed to be involved in it, but she got me taken off the committee because I was on it. Did nothing wrong, was not warranted. It was just, and you know me, do I ever sleep? I would have been on it.
Yeah, you do, about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. I would have been on it around the clock, promoting it,
She's advertising,
open, running it, everything. I would have done it. But because of last year, they didn't say, Jenny, well, she does a lot. She doesn't stop. I was just taken out for no reason at all. And I was pissed with it. I was upset, emotionally upset. My children were not happy. My team was pissed. We were proud to be part of the world's largest ghost hunt. I have pulled my team since. And I did call their names out on my show earlier. And there's messages going around and whatnot, and kind of giving out, but that's okay. That's to be expected. But it's like closed book now, closed book. So that's what the show was about tonight. Was about how loosely and how commonly the word para-unity was being used, and they don't practice it, and you're just not going to, do that for no reason. And it had to be addressed, and I addressed it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't call it. Everybody uses that word para. Oh, we lost somebody.
Gillian froze.
We use that word a lot. Para-unity. It's a good word, and it's a great concept. I like to call it para-family because everybody I've come across is a family member to me. I love everybody. Some of them I love more than others. It's like that uncle or that strange that when your brother gets lice, you just don't want to mess with him. So you just leave him alone. Put him in the corner.
Put them on one side and leave them be. That's what they did, and I don't mind saying their names. I really don't. Like, she's not impressed, and she's been mailing all my friends since. And for the next few weeks, any requests that come to the Emerald Isle will not be accepted. She did get to watch my live. I really don't know how, because my lives are my page is private, and it was only on the Emerald Isle page. So I don't know how she got to watch it, but it's Josie Ronan from Dublin and then Maria Geister, who is the main runner for the world's largest ghost hunt. There are the two, and They're not happy. It's to be expected. But like I said, you're going to get the wrong person to keep pushing and to be absolute unprofessional about what they do and how to do it. And the world's largest ghost hunt is a great thing to be part of. But Jesus Christ, my cats and dogs get on better within some of the people and whatnot. So, yeah, I addressed it tonight. Not going to do it again. They won't be doing that again.
Well, to me, it sounds like we were talking about this earlier before the show, and to me, it sounds like they just used you. That's all they did.
A lot of people said that they would just. I kind of smelt something before I took Josie on, and I was kind of thinking, let's just see if my gut feeling is right, and it was right. And when I was asking them, I need to be in the meetings, I need to be included. No, of course, now I'm being told I'm wrong. Of course, I'm being told I'm wrong. She did want to come on the live tonight to have her say, but I didn't allow it because this is not for you to come in and have your say. This is not going 5 rounds in a ring tonight. We're not grabbing popcorn to watch this going on. This is not about you. If you cared that much, you would have addressed it yesterday.
Popcorn. I got popcorn.
I knew you would.
Skittles. I got drink. I'll be like at a movie theater. I'm ready to watch this thing.
Well, if she keeps it up, you might be getting the popcorn in. Because she's doing her rounds. She's doing her rounds. Like I said, pick your battles, pick your people, and you pick the wrong one. I'm very open, very honest, and as I've been told, integrity. I have it. I'm open and honest. I'm straightforward. I have nothing to hide. I'm out in it. I am out in it. They do too much and get away with too much, and it just didn't happen with me. Now there's Tracy. Oh, Tracy's gonna make some popcorn. Tracy's coming over to Ireland in 2 weeks. Do Redwood Castle with us to go in and meet up with Gillian and Lep Castle and so on. But yes,
I want to make sure that Rosie and Terry are up to speed of what's happening with this thing.
Okay.
So are y'all familiar with what's going on now?
I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know, like from what I heard her say, that she was part of the committee and they just surprisingly, without forewarning, just took her off of the committee for the world's largest ghost.
For no reason. And now she's saying, oh, thank you, Sandy. I have 5 of them. 5. I'm hearing
Sorry, an echo.
I don't know.
You hear an echo? Somebody got an echo going on?
I don't hear one.
Can you hear me? Oh, Gillian. Gillian, is your headphone?
She has it in.
Yeah, headphone? No.
Yeah, but I phone in, yeah.
All right. I heard through very reliable resources that how she's kind of saying I got it wrong, and the reason why I didn't let her on my live was because I didn't want the truth. I have better things to do on a Wednesday night.
I mean, I've got to ask you and everybody else who's involved in this. Have y'all tried working this out yet?
I tried last year with them. I did try. I tried a lot with them last year, and it was falling on deaf ears. Once you break my trust, I'm not going to trust you again. Once I smelt that you tried to use me, I'm done. I break away. There's no need to go back there again. I did try. I tried my damnedest.
Can I just interrupt you there, Jenny?
Yeah.
Just from the same people last year, I was contacted and asked to do a live from Left Castle, which I had started to arrange, and I had booked the castle for the night. And then the next thing I heard was from Jenny herself that she'd been asked to do it. So I was dropped and I hadn't even been told.
Oh, so they just went on to the next thing.
Yep.
And they didn't. So they did the same thing kind of to her.
Yes. And because Josie's team has not been out in the field for 2 years, her team was stopped. They didn't have a team name. You must have a team name for the banners for the world's largest ghost hunt. You must have a team name. You can't just say Jenny, Nikki, and Aidan are doing such and such. You must have it. And because her team was folded, then because I had invited her to Lep Castle with us. She's never been, so I said, "Come to Lep Castle with us," because I'm nice like that. And then I know Maria desperately wanted the Lep Castle in the vault, because the vault is where you make the money. You get that's where all the big locations are, like the Romania, Transylvania Castle and whatnot. Lev Castle would have been one of them. That's where people pay to watch. These are big places and well known. And so they needed a team. And because I knew the girl for a few years, and I'm like, sure, why not? You're not out anymore. Why not? Come with me and my team. And then I smelt a rat, and I am very, I don't do that. And you all know me. I don't play like that or work like that. Not in the slightest. If I smell it, I'm going to say it. I think that's my biggest, like I said earlier, it's a curse to have, it's a blessing and a curse, to be honest. And I'm so honest. I'm so honest to a fault, maybe. And when I seen it, and I did try to work it out with her, but I kept being pushed out. No meeting. You just need you to be there on the night. Well, it's my team you're taking in, and you're representing my team, so I will be there. But I'm being pushed out, and I said, this is more annoyance than it is fun. I'm out. You're off my team, and I'm out. And Maria's texting me saying, be careful, have integrity. And I'm like, don't know who you are, but it's very careful in what you're texting me. And this all went on, and I had to block both of them to stop them from contacting me. And then again, because of that, I walked away, and we're done and dusted, finished. And then this year, because a fantastic group of people were going to take over this year, and said, Jen, do you want to be in the committee? Because we know, like, you get on with people, you work 24/7 around the clock when it comes to paranormal, and I was excited. I was proud, to be honest, and I was excited, and I was glad that the other two weren't involved, because they weren't. But the minute my name was there, I got reliable word is like, what's she doing there? Get her off. And I was taken off. And this is the result. You're not going to do it. You can't, unless I'm bringing the name down, or I had an argument with one of them, I'm warranted to be taken off. But if this is like a bullying, harassment, bullying, whatever.
Bullshit.
Yeah, harassment, bullying. You all know how much
that makes my stomach sick. That is just crazy. I've seen that happen too many times. I've been seeing it a lot this year. It makes me sick. Mind your business. People need to mind their business.
Exactly. And I was, so now I was doing the UK, and now
it wasn't any of their business that your name was on there.
Just walk on by and ignore me. We don't have to say hi. It would be okay if we said hi. If you said hi, I'll say hi. I might even say hi to you first. But just get on with the jobs that was assigned to us. And
I want to say something right quick, Jenny, and this is for the viewers that are out there watching right now. It's just the paranormal field is just like any other field that's out there. There are a bunch of great people out there. They're great investigators. They're great teams out there. And it's just like anywhere else. You have a bad apple in the bunch. And it's just like just like us. We do have bad apples in our field. And just because there's a bad apple, don't be discouraged by what you're hearing right now, because this is something that I think Jenny is just basically calling out on it, making sure people are aware that these people are that bad apple, and just for your safety and for your knowledge that we're letting you know what's happening. Okay.
Yes. Be strong. I mean, it's a fantastic thing to be part of. It is great. 24 hours, and the different countries in the world is investigating together at different times. It's and you get to see some really amazing locations. It's unfortunate this has happened, but I'm just that person that wouldn't stand for it the second time around. Pushed for no reason, and that's fine. It just gives me less work to do. That's okay. It's done. But and now it's kind of like, well, we didn't, and I didn't, and we didn't, and you're wrong, and you're lying, and you don't want to hear the truth.
Well, now your friends are being contacted as well.
My friends have been contacted. Yeah.
Tracy, step away for a second, so we're going to get Crystal in the pilot seat.
Crystal.
Crystal's making an appearance. So we love Crystal. That's my co-pilot right there.
She's lovely.
She is.
Howard, I got a message for you. Mike Heston is saying, "Tell Howard hi and don't eat on the show."
I haven't
That's
eaten.
me. Did I eat? I probably did eat. Did I eat?
I haven't eaten. No, I don't think nobody's eaten yet.
It was probably me. I had some. Did I eat on the show? Probably did. I can't remember. But anyhow, yeah. So
Yeah,
Mike
I
said
do
hi.
have candles.
You got
Joanne
your
was
tassel.
that.
Oh, what? No tassel. You still have to model them.
I am. I'm wearing them for the wedding.
Still trying to get over her.
Don't be looking down on her. She ain't did you nothing.
Well, she is short. You could look down on her easily.
Jackie was giving her the evil eye.
Oh, 3 feet.
Yeah. So that's not.
Pretty soon, if we going out there and have a little crime scene, you have to call the police out here. They're going to chalk her little body out, deflated body on the ground, all full of holes, knife laying next to her.
I am sorry that happened to you, Jenny. Though it makes me upset and it makes me actually sad. Actually hurts my feelings that people would like just put themselves out that much to go out of their way to make someone else.
When I seen yesterday that Jenny has been removed from the committee group chat, and I mailed the relevant people, and I said, "What's going on? You know, is this a mistake? Did someone's finger slip? How?" And then it all came to light, and I said, "Was it herself?" And yes, it is the two people, and it's by very fact. It's fact. I would never call the names out if it wasn't factual on it. Yes, it was Maria Geister and Josie Ronan. Jeez, her names get mixed up. Josie Ronan. But yeah, those two. I know, and it's not Rosie. But if you're going to join it because it is a great thing to do.
What? I mean, that face. What the hell was that about?
Mine?
Yeah,
I have the most expressional face.
I seen that just now.
I forgot that I was doing it.
It was like
people always tell me that too.
Yeah.
Like you can't hide how you feel. People always tell me that I cannot hide.
Yeah. Just be careful. Be careful. That's all. It's like I said, and I keep saying it. It's a good thing to do. Just don't be railroaded and don't listen to bull crap because everyone else that works in it. Oh, great. I don't know everyone that works in it, but I'm sure they're great. It's just these two are best friends. They are best friends. They are good friends. So once the world largest ghost hunt is gone, they'll go back into the holes and then they're coming back out next.
Which is ridiculous.
Yep.
Some people have to do that though to try to make themselves look like they're more than what they really are. I know a lot of people that try to capitalize on other people's work.
Yes, and it's just unfortunate
Boy, ain't that the truth.
Absolutely. And they probably would have done it to other people
all the time.
Completely, and they would have done it to other people. I'm sure they've done it to other people because there's a lot in behind the scenes, but no one comes forward and talks about it. Like I had it last year and I let it go. It was mean and I let it go. And then this year it's the same, and I said, not today, Satan, not today. And that's when I just had to correct it. I would never contact them directly because they're not worth it, but I will bring it out. Don't sing like a canary of para-unity if you're not going to practice it, because we smell that.
Or if you're going to play dirty and sneaky and wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, 100%.
The integrity went down the drain.
Well, yeah, they're beginning to mail a lot of my friends. They're beginning to mail. It's only starting now. So anybody that requests the Emerald Isle page, unfortunately, I'm going to have to not decline, but just leave it waiting, because there'll be a lot of people wanting to request my Emerald page because it's private. And the fact that she got to watch it live tonight, she's not on my page. It's private. You have to request it. That's the kind of
You mean this live right now? Because it's all over the world. It's going wherever.
No, my one, I kept it private. I kept it on the Emerald Isle page only. I wasn't going to platform it everywhere. I kept it on the Emerald Isle page only. And so my page is private, and you do have to request it to come on. But she did get to watch it live tonight, and I have no idea how. Hi.
You was telling me, you was asking her, did you watch my live? Did you watch my live? I'm like, what time was that? I was eating crawfish.
I know, and because I didn't have it all. It was just kind of like, even when I posted it today, and some people.
You spurred a moment.
No, I decided last night I was doing it. Yeah, I decided last night I was doing the calling it out tonight, and I was. So I posted about it this morning. Actually, I posted about it this morning, but it was probably one of the most highest watched so far.
That's kind of cool, though.
There's a lot, and I got some amazing supports, amazing private messages, and when people seen that I was going to do the live over this certain thing, and they said horror again, so they knew it's like horror again. Is it those two at it again?
Person,
yeah, those two at it again, and I'm like, yeah, but I didn't tell anybody who it was until the show, until I was live. I didn't say anything about it live, and so there I've addressed it. I've addressed the unfairness of being let go with no reason, and I did say
so they can't really fault themselves. I mean, they can't fault you for saying something negative about it then. I mean, they gave you no
they gave me no they basically sorry,
they gave you no reason. They gave you no I mean,
was
even
just taken off. No full warning, no saying Jenny, we're taking it off because of X, Y, Z. Nothing. I was coming home in the car and I seen it, and I was on video with my friends. And I'm going to be very real about it. I cried, and I cried harder than what I thought I would. I couldn't even talk at one point because I was extremely upset. I would have worked my arse off, which I always would do, promoted the shit out of it, and taken off because they don't like me. Well, suck it up. I'm still here. And it backfired. And I'm not the one to be quiet, as we all know. Sometimes I'm quiet when I'm sleeping, which is hardly. So it backfired on them, and now my friends are being requested and PM'd are being messaged as well to say, I don't know you, but here's my truth. People don't really want to know. But the amount of support on the comments tonight was fantastic. It was great to see. It was really nice to see. I even got a little bit choked at one point because they were just fabulous, and they know me from what I do and my team podcast that I run, and it was really nice to see. And yeah, I did get a little choked, and even Tracy knew, so I was just kind of like, Tracy took over for a second. But yes, yeah, it's just, it makes you not like the word para-unity.
And it also makes you have a little bit of distrust.
With these two, I learned last year, but and they can say what they want to say no matter. This is my experience, my own experience. And it's not for everybody else, it's my own experience. And unfortunately, I did say, you're going to say it to the wrong person or upset the wrong person. And that was me. Being one, I'm sure there's loads more. So
they shouldn't have put the bag of poop on your porch.
Because I just threw it back at them.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
She lit it and threw it at them.
I did.
Bring it right back.
Ding dong, run.
Bring the poop back.
There you go. You can have your bag back.
Now I know all these little boys learn they kind of crap when they're little. I mean, they do it when they're adolescents, and that's what y'all do. Y'all set us men up for failure. Y'all do. You want to teach?
Don't have anything better to do in Oklahoma.
Say Lincoln on my, he's out there listening to this right now. He's thinking, I'm gonna write cat poop on somebody's porch, and now when he gets old, when he does that, who's the first one's going to tie it into his hide? Mama. Mama going to take that belt off and beat that butt. So you're setting up
Well,
mental failure
it
at a
depends
young
on
age.
what the reason is.
You hear that, guys?
Depends on the reason.
Y'all hear it, huh? Y'all hear it first. You heard it here. Women are setting up men for failure even at a young age, even their own offspring.
Oh my God, what was that? I'll be back.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
That was a bit of a thump.
I love it. Lincoln was on, her son was on earlier, and he had the cat. Yeah, the family cat. He's holding up on this, walking past this computer in the background. He's shaking the cat and saying, "Cat poop, cat
Oh,
poop."
holy Lord. Oh, my God.
It was, I mean, ooh,
Kids are great, aren't they?
yeah.
Well, Jenny, I have to say, all this with the world's largest ghost hunt. I've got an email from them. I had actually submitted our team,
Ooh.
and now I'm gonna have to ignore that email because I don't want any part of that. Um, I've already had my own issues with non-para unity people, and
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to work like that. I think we all should come together for the greater good. We should be willing to work together and
Yeah.
learn from one another. Nobody's an expert in this field, but it seems like a lot of people want to claim that they are.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
been my finding.
I was saying
Exactly.
the same thing, boss.
Oh, Rosie.
The thing that I have learned in my few years of paranormal investigating,
Mhm.
the more I know, the less I know.
Yes.
The more I learn, the more
Mm,
questions I have.
absolutely.
So it's like, I really, yeah, I'm not dumber, but you know what I'm saying is that
Yeah,
the more we're into it, the more questions we have. So it's like the less we know.
it gets worse with the questions. Like you have a million more questions the more you go into the field. Because I
Right,
know when I'm doing shows and so on, I'm thinking, please don't ask me a question. I won't know. And I won't know a lot of it. And I'll know some of it. But I don't know everything. I really don't.
right,
I really don't know everything. I did pull my team from it as well. I took my team out of it. Second year in a row, I pulled my team from it.
right.
Um,
Well, I don't even want to get my team involved in anything
but
like that. And y'all excuse me, the 2-year-old in the background screaming at the door. Oh, wow.
oh, I heard that. We do have something in the pipeline, but it's not ready to be. We'll have to work on it first. We're working on it first, but it's going to be it's going to be good. It's going to be exciting.
Well, I don't know if
Yeah,
you and
it's going
I
to
are
be good.
kind of on the same wavelength, but I was kind of, as I was listening to you talk, I was thinking, we're all part of Paranormal United Network. I mean, there's a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah,
us. We could do our own damn Paranormal United Network ghost hunt and do, a 24-hour stream.
that's
Is
his
the
plan.
boss man listening?
Hell no, he
He's
ain't
here.
listening.
He's
Do that.
here.
Do
That
that.
is the plan.
He said Rosie Page looks like an elf from Lord of the Rings. That's what I was going for. I have no
So I know you
You speak Elvish?
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Harry, that is the plan here in Ireland as well. Um, we are like Gillian and I and Tracy discussed it last night and tonight that we are going to do a 24-hour paranormal investigation night. Do on the platforms? We want anyone in America as well, you guys as well, to join in on the night. Fantastic locations, and we will be doing a 24-hour teams around the world investigation around the
I
same
think we should.
thing.
Yeah, I think we should absolutely. Um, Stephen, Courtney, where y'all at? Y'all chime in. Um,
Yeah,
we can make this happen. I mean, hell, that's an easy task for all of us to do. That's what we
it
do.
really is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, we.
Close your ears off now, Stephen, because it's going to be Prometheus is going to do this. No,
Also, what night
no,
is it?
we work side by side with Pun. Prometheus and Pun work side by side with each other on a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, uh, I would have to, I guess me, Rosie, and Ane, and Stephen, Courtney, and Rick would have to get together and see what work something out on that.
But if you need support or a team or an army or other people to participate, then
That's
Right,
that's what
count
we're
us
looking
all
for. Yeah.
in.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. It'll be myself.
We already got a big Para Unity. Come on down with October. We're shooting for October. We're going to have Fear Fest down here. 3rd annual Fear Fest, 1st annual for Prometheus.
Hmm.
Having a big old
no.
thing out
They're
here.
asking if on the bottom
It's
if it would be the same thing we did for the veterans thing, but this would be probably live investigations, right, Jenny?
Yes, all live.
Yeah,
All live.
yeah, all
Joe
live
Ian. That's
investigations.
not going to be the same. It's going to be like the same as far as you watching as a watcher,
Yes.
but you're going to be watching live investigations all over the place instead of just watching
Yes.
live
And
Right,
streaming.
you'd be able to pick your view,
Yeah.
pick who's gonna.
Yes, and then each team will have an hour live to investigate, and then what posters will be done. Ballot, it'll be just the same, but there'll be no crap in it, basically.
Right,
It'll be the
right.
same, and good fun and good banter.
Well, like that, I mean, it could be a range of different things. Maybe one of the things that would be to go live with teams across the States and Ireland or whatever way we do it at an actual location. But should it happen that somebody can't get a location or be at a location, so they could always come on and introduce themselves and tell us.
That's cool.
Right.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Tracy-
What I would do is actually, you would have to have a live panel for one thing.
Yes.
I would do a live panel and let that person, whoever, or people who are running the live panel, go from location to location. You give, like you said, an hour for each person, each team, and
Yes.
instead of just being a something that's done, the world's largest ghost hunt in Ireland, we're making it the world's international. We'll go international, largest international ghost hunt.
Yes, absolutely, and it'll be brilliant. It'll be amazing. This is my.
Or call it Kill the Internet.
We could do Ghost Hunt Marathon.
That's
Because they
that's
only do it for a few hours.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
enough teams all over the world. We could do
Yeah.
it for like 48 hours or
And
something.
because of the time zone that goes around, we could literally do it 24 hours, and we'd be manning it for the 24 hours.
Right.
And this is my second time being involved in this, so I know I've experienced of how it works.
Right. You've worked the ins and outs of it.
Yeah. So posters, banners, and whatever location you're doing, that will be put on the posters. What time, and then you will be given a choice of time slots. Pick the best time
Right.
slot that's good for you and your team. Your location goes up. Your team stamp, your team name goes up, and then, like Howard said, they will have a live panel that can bring the links in. Cut one, take one out, bring the next team out,
Right.
continuously, and get some really amazing locations from around
If
the
you
world.
can't join them, then beat them.
Well, amen. Like Tracy was saying, she feels something good is going to come from this, and it definitely has. It has. The support was.
That's what I was thinking. If
none.
something bad happens for no reason to someone that's
Life
a
gives
good
you lemons,
person,
make lemonade.
then there's other things that are doors that are going to open for you.
If life gives you a tonic, make a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
For me.
So Jenny, can I just explain to you now? You're not getting Left Castle.
Well, yeah, Crystal, I know on the competition, that's what they do is they live
Yeah.
stream it. Each team that's involved, is live stream from that location.
I'll be bringing Mill
Yeah,
Mountain.
they live stream it, and then what they do is
we need to discuss.
sorry.
Right,
Behind
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they live stream it, and then there's some when they have kind of a world-renowned location,
You see
I
what
mean, for
Steven
here, the
said?
world-renowned location would be Lep Castle. So they pre-record there. Now, the other reason they had to pre-record it is because when they dropped me, I kept the night and it was booked under my name. So tough. But they missed out on that one. But I mean, I suppose it could be done like that. I mean, any teams that couldn't make it on the night, maybe if they did maybe 1 minute recording of something that could be played as ads, or you know, or even
Absolutely.
just to have as a backup if any of the live streams went down.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
commercials, you know. But
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like the boss man says, we could definitely talk about this, get a planning committee.
Yeah.
But for all of our listeners, you know, hey, you heard it here first.
Yes.
You did.
So often imitated but not duplicated, as Stephen used to say.
Yes.
Right.
We
Yeah.
are often,
Well,
we can be
it would
imitated,
be
but we're not
different.
duplicated.
It would be different just because number one thing, it's us.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
us.
We can sell commercials in this shit too. Like try preparation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, what have you got? One.
Or
I don't think we would make anybody pay to watch it,
my witch doctor, who we
Yeah.
We just
moon
sell
Howard
commercials.
with on every
especially
show.
not the first year that we
I
did
love
it.
it.
Huh?
Try Dopalax. You're clogged up. You get it out.
That's what, like Tracy was saying, like they make you pay for to watch all the prime locations. The prime locations would be known as the vault. The vault
Okay,
is where the big locations are, like the Romanian Transylvania Castle, Lep Castle. Oh gosh, there was a few in Texas, prison, I forget the name of them. But these were all the big ones you want to see. Like Millmount to me is big, but nobody anywhere else knows about Millmount. So you wouldn't pay to watch that, but it will be live.
See, Stephen, you're not as dumb as you said that Miss
So I think
Crystal
it's fun.
said you is. See that, Stephen? You're not as dumb as what Miss Crystal said you are.
Mhm. Yes, it is, Stephen. It is pay-per-view. That's just the vault. The rest of it is free. The smaller locations, if I can call them that, are free. But the vault are, I think, up to 10 locations in the vault, the big locations. They're the ones you have to pay for.
I think last year when I found out about it about a month before it happened. So we were trying to watch it. And for us, there was about 20 of them that I really wanted to see, but you had to pay to watch them. You had to subscribe to whatever it was they were running it on. And it was, you had to pay a membership. And I was like, well, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch any of them.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some of the ratings were good, some are not good.
Okay, well, how about?
Oh, good.
What
I mean, at the moment, it's just an idea. So I suppose plans need to be put in motion. So, kind of rather than tying up a live platform, why don't we arrange to do a Zoom or a StreamYard call or something like that, maybe once a week, to start getting things. And that way, like, I mean, we can all put our ideas across and whatever else.
We need to get off of this because this is stuff that we can talk behind the scenes.
Right.
We don't want to.
Yeah. Then we can talk about something else, like
and all of a sudden,
we don't want to give our ideas away.
Right. That's all you're doing is spewing ideas to other networks.
I got you.
When she said that, the screen said 4444, Terry, so that's significant.
Yeah.
You don't want to give your ideas away. 4444.
No, I understand now. Yeah, I mean,
If you think about it, you pissed out a rock here the other day. So, I mean,
Supreme Omega. Is that Howard or Crystal?
It's Miss Crystal. That's Supreme Almighty being.
Supreme Omega. That's funny. That sounds like an energy drink. Crystal's an energy drink.
What did you say?
No, yeah. Last year you also just subscribed to Spirit Realm Network as well.
I'm as smart as a bag of rocks, and not what I meant by that earlier. Stephen just passed the kidney stone. So
he did. It was a 4-day labor. He called it a 4-day labor.
God.
4 or 5-day labor.
more like a 2 week thing, and he was going through that. That poor man.
Was it 2 weeks?
Congratulations, Stephen. What did you name it?
That's what he said.
Oh yeah. What did he name it? I don't remember.
Rocky.
Alanis Morissette.
Rocky, that's a good
Jagged Little
one.
Pill that came
Can you
out.
ask questions about the limp?
Rocky Balboa.
4 weeks labor. Holy Lord.
She knows. She knows.
Good Lord. I
I
thought
thought
it
you
was 4
said
days.
4 weeks later, like SpongeBob.
4 weeks of labor.
Mhm.
4 weeks later.
Well, if he had twins, he could name them Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
That is true. That is true. What Steven said. He said, "Look, there it is."
So, Howard, what did you want to ask me about Lep Castle?
How do you
How many toilets are in that place? What's the
One.
plumbing like?
Fine until you get there.
Okay. And where can I sneak in?
You can sneak in anywhere, but I can't promise you won't be arrested.
$1,200 a night, isn't it? You said it was
No.
12. How much is it a night?
How much is it, Jenny?
Oh, for Ross Castle.
No, for Lep Castle.
Oh, 800.
Oh yeah.
800. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That
six-
buy me,
Now, I have to say, unless I book.
that would buy me a much loads of groceries. So $800. How much can you get me into that door and not have to pay nothing?
You walk in with me.
You walk in with Jillian.
And
But I'm
you
gonna be
don't
bringing
mess up the
things.
plumbing.
Or do I just toss a rope out of the window?
Well, you could, but over the last 600 years, many have tried that and it didn't really work.
Why didn't it work?
Is there more ghosts there as a result from that?
Yeah, it's a 15th century battlement tower. Now that's as far back as we can kind of date it at the moment. But in the Annals of the Four Masters, which is our oldest historic records, there's records of a site of something like a fortification or something being there before that.
Yeah.
The main clan that would have been in charge were the O'Carrolls, and the O'Carrolls were that vicious, even the Brits, the English wouldn't take them on. So to get rid of them, they actually gave them free land in Maryland. And the connection with America and Lep Castle is Charles O'Carroll, when he went to Maryland, he was one of the first signatories on the Declaration of Independence. And being an O'Carroll, having no fear, he was the only one that actually wrote his full address, which at the time obviously would have been considered treason, but he didn't care. But like that, I mean, he's been picked up on back in Lep Castle as well. There's 3 floors. There's the ground floor, a banqueting hall, and then what's known as the Bloody Chapel, which is the very top floor. Now that's still that there was a chapel, and it's still to this day it's consecrated ground. It was never deconsecrated. But one of the stories that goes with it is there was a battle for head of the clan going on. And it was in 1532. Mulrooney O'Carroll died, and the estate was going to go to one of his next 2 sons. One was a priest. And the priest's name was Thaddeus, and the other brother was Tig. And what Tig did was he purposely arrived late to Mass one morning and pretended to take huge offense that Thaddeus had started the Mass without him and slayed him on the altar. So as it's kind of known and believed, the last thing you do on consecrated ground is murder. To add to that, a priest. But just off where we presume the altar was, they had this funny thing that it was okay to murder people up there because they were sending them to God anyway, across the altar. But there's an oubliette, which is basically like a dungeon. And what they had at one stage was they'd take huge spikes at the end of it. So if they didn't kill you by impaled by going for you with a sword, you were thrown into the oubliette and left to die, basically to starve to death on being impaled by the spikes. So it's a fairly vicious place, and does carry a lot of activity.
It is one of the fantastic locations I've been to. I have to say, we will be
sounds
going back
awesome.
this year, but it is the last time I was there last August, I think. So whatever month, I forget what month it was, but it was the audio I went through was just amazing. It just blew my socks off. It's such a fantastic location. It is. It says what's that thing? It is what it says in the tin. It is a fantastic location to go to.
Now I run SpookTube Tours, which is public paranormal events. Because I never understand why people run events and just have people sit in the room and tell them what's going on. So we have them a bit more interactive. So they get to try the dowsing rods and the glass divination and and all that type of thing. And after that, they make up their own mind. But we've had people leaving the castle like with scratches on the backs of their necks, or the next morning a bruise would turn up somewhere and they couldn't explain it. They couldn't recollect like banging off anything, or that kind of stuff. We've also had reports coming back that things have been seen in their homes for a few weeks afterwards, and that's so an interesting place.
It is. It's my goodness. The two little. Is this in Nep Castle when we had interaction with one of the little girls, and it was we were having a conversation with them, playing colored. We were playing with colored cards, and we had the spirit box going, and we would pull out a color, and she wanted to interact with me. We went around the people who she wanted to talk with or interact with, and it always came down to me. And oh my goodness, you'd hear me on audio, the excitement of everyone. You'll hear the color that was put up, and oh my goodness, the audio is crazy. Like it's so interactive and it's so intelligent. I know one of the team members, Aoife, she was up in in the gallery room.
Yeah.
She was up in that bed, the what do you call it?
That gallery, that was their banqueting hall, and that gallery would have
Yes.
originally been where the musicians would play at the banquets and that.
She went up to that bed, what you call it, the elemental would have been there. And when she was coming back down the steps, I know, don't even go there. I know. And
the last time, like, I mean, just I always laugh when I hear teams saying, "Oh, we're going in to look for the elemental." The last time anything was ever heard of the elemental was back in the early 1600s when Mildred Darby lived in the house, and she was known to practice sorcery and have seances and and that type of thing as well. Sean Ryan has lived there since the early 90s, has never come across it. I'm in it a lot. I've never come across it. We've kind of come to the conclusion now that when the castle was left derelict for a very long time, that it was probably just a local story that was made up to keep kids out of a building that was quite dangerous, because it was literally crumbling. And that's why, if the elemental ever was there, it's well gone now.
Never experienced it, ever. Never experienced it.
The elemental?
Yes, yeah. There's supposedly one there. It's I don't know, but it is a fantastic location. We will be going back this year. We're going back this year, late summer. Me and Gillian always correspond what dates we have Lep Castle, because Gillian will tell me all the dates that she has, so I can see what month is free and book it.
She's talking to everyone but Howard, unless he's a lady.
Lady in red, she's dancing with me.
So
I'm trying to get Jackie back.
We have the interesting stories Julian's been telling us about.
I've been hearing it. I've been listening.
Limp Mansion? Limp.
The
Lep
elementals.
Castle, yeah. It's spelt Leap. It's spelt Leap, but it's pronounced Lep.
Let okay.
Lepcat. Did you see Gillian and one of the lives? I might want to mention today, but one of the lives. Did you see the picture that was taken from Lep Castle, the window? You commented on it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I didn't really focus in on it, to be honest with you. I know the live you were talking
Actually,
about.
it's quite good. It looked good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people have gotten very interested in photographs, and like that recordings not over the years as well. You know.
Yeah. The recordings are great. I
Do
love doing it.
people ever dress in like the battle gear or like uniforms and like with fake swords and stuff and
Well,
go
you
in there?
see, it was known as a battlement tower, because it was a tower of defense. Do you know what I mean? But there wouldn't actually be like they kind of would have dressed like Celtic peasants, even though they kind of would have been a much higher level than that, you know. And the thing with the clans was either you killed or you were killed. So they were constantly in battle. So there would be no specific uniform as such. To wear, like, I mean, you kind of get old boots, I suppose, up to your knees with the laces all
So
the way
were
around
they?
them.
What were they? Called like the soldiers. What was their like? Were they civilization, the clan? What were they called?
Yeah, no, see, that was just, they were just called a clan, which means a family. So there would have been a large family with heads of the family.
I wouldn't
And
say
the
that
reason,
down here in the
Carrollton and
south of the
Sullivan,
United States. That's all I'm saying. Don't call people like that around here. Don't call them clan down here in the southeast of the United States.
Oh,
You know,
Talking about Ireland.
it's like when people saying how are you in the family, they'll say how are you in the clan.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what they say down here too. I mean, it's all the same, I guess. I don't know.
but just back then, it would have been the immediate family, but it also probably would have been cousins and distant cousins, and then they would have had their own servants and workers on their farms and that type of thing as well. And the Carrolls had a huge area in the Midlands. So there was a few, and there's still a few castles. I mean, Kennedy Castle Hotel was there. Is that still standing? Lep Castle, obviously. Lep Castle was like the headquarters because where it's positioned, and it was built on a rock face of about 40 feet at the time. There was a 40-foot drop from the back of it. And then just over time it has changed. But that's why it was hugely important, because if you saw the view from it, you'd kind of understand why it was so important. They could literally see somebody coming from anywhere. And then there's Burr Castle as well, which was another of their strongholds. So they literally ruled the Midlands, and that's why the British had to get rid of them, because they'd no control over them whatsoever.
I got a question for you. Like these other castles, you said that they had people that worked for them. There were servants and stuff like that. And they've been with them for years and years and years. And usually it goes from like family member to family member. If you was a waiter or whatever, and then that or whatever, that's who you were, waitress or cleaner lady or whatever. And they keep it in the family. Do they still have those in Ireland? People that own big areas, big I guess castles or
to a certain extent, and it kind of depends on where you are. Like, I mean, literally, if I look out my back window, I'm looking at Burr Castle. Now, Burr Castle has had the same family living in it for the last 400 years, the Parsons. So they have carried their titles through that time. So the 7th Earl of Ross is still alive in the castle. But they were titles that were given by the British. And the only one that can actually give a title of Lord or Earl or Count or anything like that is Queen Elizabeth. So although they still carry their titles, it's only kind of a social status now. It doesn't carry any weight here anymore. But they would still have their housekeepers. And that it may not be to the same extent as back in the 16, 17, 1800s. But they would still have a staff that would go in and possibly clean for them or help them dress or, that kind of thing. Now, in Charleville Castle, Charleville Castle's about 40 minutes away from here. It's in Tullamore. You're talking a different ball game again. Charleville Castle was built by the aristocracy, and it was a show off of money. So that's why I was looking at your tattoo earlier on, Howard, the fleur-de-lis. There's fleur-de-lis all over Charleville Castle, because it was very much a Freemasons hold. as well. So the fleur-de-lis being very important to them. But the third Earl of Charleville, who passed away in 1857, or sorry, 1859, he had 42 servants, and all 42 are still there.
How many
Well-
still there? 42.
But here, the fleur-de-lis
Yeah,
means
and
something
that's just the
totally
third
different.
Earl. I mean, bear in mind. Now, sometimes, like, I mean, the difference between Lep and Charleville is in Lep, I find the spirit can be very cagey. They're always very suspicious and, and that kind of thing. In Charleville Castle, because it was the gentry, they're a little bit more friendly and they're a little bit more willing to interact in that. But we have found over the years, with some of the servants that have chosen to show themselves and that, there's some of them, and it's like I don't know if it's they don't know we're there or they're just ignoring us and carrying on with what they're doing. Then there's others that will actually interact. There's some you'll just get a nod or a smile or whatever, and then there's some that will actually communicate with you. They'll actually give you messages and and that type of thing.
How are the ones at the Lep Castle compared to the others?
Lep Castle, it depends on who you get, really. But there is a lot of dark associated with Lep Castle. So I would often experience threats, or like that bruises, or that type of thing. One night we were up in the banqueting hall, and I had a paranormal team that I knew with us. We were in there for the night, so I said, "Look, come over." And we were doing the glass divination, and I felt something go in just above the back of my hip.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the public there, so I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. I have to stay in control, and next I could just feel the tears coming up into my eyes.
Yeah.
So I just walked straight for a guy across the room, and he said to me, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?" Because I had just paled. And I said, "I think I did. Tig O'Carroll would work with me a lot in Lep Castle." And I said, "I think he's after getting me." And he says, "What do you mean? What do you mean after getting you? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I said, "I think he's after stabbing me." I said, "Look," I said, "just check to see if there's any blood or anything," because that's how like real it felt, if I put it that way.
Yeah.
And we checked anyway, and there was a red line, all right, but obviously no skin broken or anything like that. But for the next 3 weeks, you should have seen the bruise that came up. I've never seen a bruise like it. Within 2 days, it was actually bottle green. Then it went black, it went blue. There was shades of purple on it.
Really?
It actually looked as if somebody had gotten a metal crowbar or something and belted me
I
with
was
it.
going to ask what shape was it?
Yeah.
It was kind of it got bigger and bigger, believe it or not, over the 3 weeks. And about by the time it was finished, I'd say it was about, if you kind of put out your hand with your fingers splayed, it would have been about that size.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now that
Wow,
started
that's
just on one
crazy.
little thin red line, though.
Did somebody go out?
Yep, no kidding.
Ooh, it's hot.
Some sound.
My signal, I think, is sketchy. We have
Everybody's here.
storms coming in. I don't. Can
I
y'all
was-
hear
Yeah,
me?
we just had a tornado warning, and that's why Jackie went off.
Oh God.
She wanna-
I'm looking at
Okay,
that
yeah.
castle because I want to know if, like, what I feel like I see in my mind is accurate. But I don't know how to describe it other than like Saxons or something like that, like the Anglo-Saxons or something.
Yeah, it'd be kind of on the same style. Yeah.
Like that in appearance, anyways.
Yeah,
Sort of.
yeah. You'd be talking along the same style, all right. Yeah.
Okay, because the word clan, when it popped in my mind, I was seeing, and you said that they didn't have formal attire and like mismatched pieces, and family members and extended family members would be like Anglo-Saxons. They're like, "Hey, anybody that's on the side of the road, if you're my friend, just let's go."
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing about the O'Carrolls as well was even their family didn't trust them if they were invited to dinner or anything. But what they did was they hired a local clan that kind of would have been under them. known as the O'Mahons. And what they did was, at the end of whatever work it was they were carrying out, to show their appreciation, the O'Carrolls said they'd throw them a banquet. Now, the O'Mahons very reluctantly went and were very nervous all night, and they were right, because during the banquet, in the drinks that were served, the O'Carrolls poisoned them.
Oh wow!
So they got their work carried out, they poisoned them and took over their lands.
At a
I
dinner
guess
party.
that's the way you do it. I mean, think about it.
Jenny,
They got a
you
free
did
dinner out of the deal.
What did I do?
Oh no, you didn't do anything. It just reminded me of what you were talking about in the beginning of the podcast.
Oh,
or
yes,
the,
yes.
the thing. Hey, let's be your
Wow.
friend, and then I'm gonna poison your drink.
Yeah, let me give you a hug
Oh,
with
yeah.
one arm with a knife
Yeah.
behind my back.
Crazy.
Careful who invites.
And that would bear in mind, that was if they were being
And all
offended.
y'all coming to my wedding.
His open bar.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Go over the list.
Bring your own bottle, Terry. Bring your own drink.
Bring your own food, bring your own drink.
Y'all see me eating it? Just don't worry about
You
it.
can be the tester.
That's what I'm doing now, eating Italian pasta salad.
What? Oh, I just eat
yeah.
pasta salad. It's funny, but it's
Oh, that sounds good.
With the
It does.
asparagus.
Oh, I
Oh.
love asparagus.
You.
Trying to get back at Jackson.
Why?
That's rude.
She was on garlic earlier.
That's not rude. It's just payback.
Gillian, what do you think of Redwood Castle?
To be honest with you, I have been in Redwood Castle, I'd say, in about 15 years, 14, 15 years. I'm not overly impressed with it, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of mixed views on it.
Yeah, I
was
think
there
that
last year.
there is a bit of activity in it, all right.
Yes,
But because of all the changes that Kalisa had to go through, like following the OPW rules and that, because she got a grant from the government to restore it, or the family got a grant from the government to restore it. So as a result, they imposed certain restrictions and things that had to be done. And even the hole that's up, the square that's up on the second floor, originally that would have been, if they were raided, they would have literally gotten the women and children and thrown them down that. They would have landed on hay or straw and made an escape. The OPW insisted she put a metal staircase down it, which just takes away, like, it's
What
a
part of
Norman
this?
battlement tower
What part of the castle is this?
up on the second floor.
With oh yeah. Is that where no, am I right? Is
With
that
the
where
big metal staircase coming down from it, yeah.
Yeah, like the spiral.
No, it's
No.
not the spiral, it's a square, yeah.
Jesus, I'm sure I saw that. I have to have seen it.
Yeah, you would have had to have seen it, yeah.
But back
Is there a
on
dungeon? Is there a dungeon?
in Redwood Castle,
Either of those?
I haven't seen any in Redwood Castle. We're back on the 29th and 30th. Gillian, if you're doing nothing, pop over to us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we're meeting you on the 30th.
Yeah, you're meeting me in Charvel. Yeah, I mean, Charvel Castle has what we call the dungeons. It was built in 1798. They began to build, and it took 14 years to build. But Irish craftsmen took part in building it, obviously. But they also have prisoners of war from the French Revolution, and apparently they stayed down on the very lower level, which we call the dungeons now. Which would have been kind of dull, dark, and gloomy, all right. But apparently they were like 7-star hotels compared to other dungeons.
Yeah.
So they weren't as bad. We've no historic record to say that they actually were dungeons or ever used as dungeons as such. That castle would have originally had a dungeon. Sean Ryan just uses it as storage. Who owns it? Just uses it as storage now. So the teams don't actually have access down there.
You don't go there. Has anyone been in there?
Down the dungeons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I was down them a few years ago. I was helping them carry down stuff
experience in there?
And how did that
No.
go for you?
No, but I know where you're picking up on. Up on between the second and third floor, there's a room where it's just kind of hot water tanks and that, which would kind of have a little bit of, wouldn't it, Jenny? A little bit of a dungeon appearance on it.
Which
Yeah.
castle is this?
And even though they're not supposed to, teams do go in there.
Which castle is this?
Lep.
It looks
Is this
like a
on
dungeon.
the left-hand side when you're going up the steps?
Yeah, did you ever go into the door that's after, not the banquet hall door, not the next door to the gallery, the next door after that?
Yeah, yes, I
It's
have.
kind of
Is it
long and it has
it's a long
tanks in it.
corridor. Yes, it's long corridor.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I know it.
Is there a person that hanged themselves there?
I did a call out session there, and we had the coach's box on. We were trying it out if I wanted to get one or not. It's like the spirit box, and we didn't hear. No, we got actually some quite good audio from that piece of area, and one of them is saying it's a man coming through the coach's box, but we didn't hear him on the night. Only when I was doing the audio work, and he's saying, "I know you," but it's like I know you. It's a man, and I'm like, who is it? And then when I was with one of the team members, and she was kind of doing a math. She was doing a math out loud, like 3 by 3 by 12, and because she wanted to buy it, and how long it would take to save up to get it. And what we got when I listened to the audio was like a child saying 3, but she's like singing the answer 3. So she's like 3.
Yeah.
And then Amanda goes, so blah, 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 is 3. But the answer was given before Amanda said the answer, but we didn't hear it then, only when I did the audio. Do you know anything about that side, Gillian, if a man hung himself in it?
See, it'd be very hard to answer because, I mean, one of the things the O'Carrolls were also known for was hanging. In Kennedy Castle, that they marched 100 monks down the avenue and hung them one by one. They were also known for decapitation as well. It's kind of like a semi-joke that the O'Carrolls were our first football team because they would decapitate somebody and they used to use the heads as footballs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Lordy.
So with the hanging, it's kind of hard to answer because you would pick up on a lot of hangings around Lep.
Okay.
But you don't know if it was intentional from the person or if it was the O'Carrolls that actually did it.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
In what I'm seeing, it's a person that jumped. I think that what I feel is they hung themselves.
They may have. They may have.
Yeah,
I don't know.
with a man wearing like rags, and he had scruffy, like face hair, and no shoes, and like a deep mauve, burgundy red, raggedy looking shirt on.
Okay.
You know what's the weird part, Jillian? Rose has been, she's freaking getting accurate on everything she's been doing here lately. She sees something, it's so freaking accurate.
I've been
It scares
practicing.
the shit out of me. Yeah, she's been practicing. So
It's taking me a long time.
it's just like when she said a week before we talked to Jenny that she was seeing lighthouses and stuff like that. And come to find out, Aiden worked in a lighthouse and everything else and stuff she was seeing when they was doing Jenny's investigation.
Yeah, on the Friday night. And then it was, I was preoccupied with the kitchen area and then talking to everyone. And then I couldn't think for a second because Aiden was upstairs in the coffee room. So if Aiden had have been there with me, he would have said, well, that's me.
Yeah.
And he said 6'2", 6'3", and then Aiden was upstairs and I was like, sounds like the man from the kitchen. And then when we all talked privately on here, and then was Aiden beside me when we were talking about it? And then it made sense. How I didn't know it on the night you said it, I don't understand. And I mean, listen, I'm there, but I'm not all there sometimes.
Yeah. It was just insane. I
Mine is multitasking.
couldn't believe it when you showed all those photos and stuff. of him
my
in that
goodness.
uniform that I saw in my mind in a person in a steamer room or like the engine room. And I even had said there was a person in a uniform, looked like a captain with a hat on of a captain, and they were in a steamer room and they were in a lighthouse. And all those photos you threw up there were exactly what I described. And I was like, I wasn't even describing a dead person. I was describing a living person. It's
I
even
know
more
how I
weird.
didn't pop. How did I did not pick up on that night. I just don't know. It just didn't register with me. I thought I was thinking more occupied with, was it the guy from the kitchen? Was it him from the kitchen? But then it was
Yeah.
Aiden.
Jerry, did you want to say something? Or did you fall asleep? Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was like, shut it.
No,
I did say that.
I think my signal is sketchy, I think, and I was just checking the weather to see what the hell is
Yeah, I'm the
happening.
same.
Okay. Probably good to stay alive.
Mhm.
Yeah, see, I think I'm really delayed. I think I'm really delayed when I do chime in. So I'm listening to y'all. It's very interesting. And yes, Rosie, I was thinking I need to pull you in, you know where.
The cave?
My little problem house over here.
Oh,
My problem house over here in Alabama, in Vincent.
yeah. Someday I'm gonna go to that cave.
The Memorial Mound.
Yeah.
The mound. We'll just say mound. Mound. I don't want to say too much about it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
you and I
Yeah.
need to
Someday I'm gonna
talk.
go in there.
That's another one that you and I need to. We'll talk more off camera about that because I've been
That's
trying
fun.
for like
Yeah.
2 years to find out who owns it. You know, I think it's city owned, but they're all like, no, I don't think so. So, and I'm like, well, hell, if nobody owns it, then it's mine.
There's a cave up here where we're at, and I think they call it Fricky's Cave. And the cave was actually, they found a woman went missing. Okay, and it was like 2 or 3 days later, her head shows up by the mailbox of her home,
Oh my goodness.
and they found that, and then the body was found by Fricky's Cave. They call it Fricky's Cave, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I'd love to get in there and do an investigation in that place to see what's actually going on. Because I think there's more going on in that. I think there's more to what happened to this lady than what people are leading on to. They just kind of, the case kind of went cold, and nobody's really looking into it anymore. But like I said, I think there's more to the case than what people actually want to believe anyway. That was
How long ago?
It was a
it
while
long
back.
time ago?
Yeah, it was back in the 70s.
Yeah.
The 70s.
And they haven't had any revisiting on like the cold case file or anything?
They did arrest one person, and it was a man by the name of, his last name was Willie. But I don't think they were 100% sure it was him. They just had to put somebody in it.
If there's somebody named Willie, they're going to get blamed. I'm just saying.
His last name, Willie. I felt sorry for him.
Poor
I mean,
Willie. Poor
poor
Willie.
woman. Poor woman.
Poor Willie. Free Willie.
I think the last thing they know is she went out jogging.
Lock Willie up.
And
Lock Willie up.
a few days later, her head.
Jillian.
Breathe, Jillian. Breathe. Are you
That's
laughing?
terrible.
Damn much.
I thought you were crying. I was like, oh no, what did I do?
Rosie's hanging around me too damn much. That's what her problem is.
I don't want nobody to cry.
Mhm.
I was reading Steven's comments. They're funny. And Chad about no internet.
I had that Hughes net. It does suck.
I'm writing down what they did. Free Willie or Lock Willie. Who said Free Willie or Lock Willie? Which one?
Free Willy.
And I don't mean Willie Nelson.
Oh, good Lord.
Free Willy, yeah, we got a Free Willy.
Yeah, he's a free bird.
Howard, that's not an invitation for you.
I didn't look at him. I thought Howard froze for a second.
Oh, it's not. He was just like, "What?"
I just happen to think, all this Free Willy talking, Howard made us start table dancing or something.
My mind went to about 17 different places at that point. I mean, I had so
I was
many
thinking
freaking
about
thoughts.
bananas.
Okay, what was this? I'm trying to make this a decent show. So I'm not going to go there.
Sorry, I heard kids. I hear kids. My
So,
kids.
no table dancing, Howard.
I showed Jillian and Jen earlier. I was giving them a show.
We'll let the witch doctor do the table dance tonight.
Oh yeah, what did you show, Howard?
My breast business.
Himself.
Oh, you did. You tried to do the greeting
With
with
the
Ray.
tassels.
No.
He thought he was going to be bigger than me, and he come on there and he said he pulled up his blowfish shirt. He showed both breasts of fish. I showed one breast of fish. And I said, "Well, this is how real men meet in Louisiana." And I bumped the camera with my nipple.
Yes, he
And
did.
He just disappeared after that. He didn't even want to have nothing to do with it.
He actually did. Yeah, he did.
Who was on there?
Tracy's husband, Ray. Tracy Day, a friend of mine in the UK. Husband Ray comes on. So when I was doing my live, Ray came in. I've never seen him try and be good, because he calls me in a loving, joking way every name under the sun. I'm well used to him. So I'm Irish, Tracy's English, and Ray is Scottish. So the three of us are going to be in Millmount.
And I'm cool ass.
Did an investigation.
Awesome.
What?
You'll have to share it in the group message thing or the comment. I mean the group chat thing, so we can watch it.
Oh, on the when they come over.
Or when is it? When are you guys?
They're coming over. Well, I'm there on Friday night. I'll be going live Friday night for about an hour, and then
I will, Stephen. I'm sorry.
How dare you say have a C cup? It's more like a D.
I would go there too.
a D cup.
Depends on travel expenses.
I was gonna say, show us again.
No, I'm making this show a good show. That's tomorrow.
Oh, God.
And then tomorrow, yeah. And then
Somebody
tomorrow
about
night,
to die, their battery gonna die. I heard a noise. What's the potbelly table dance spin? Chad said, I saw in NOLA they do the potbelly table spin. That sounds interesting.
he's just Googling stuff and putting it up on YouTube. People put all kind of craziness on it.
Well,
Look, Chad, I expect from now on, when I Google the Florida man, I want to see your picture there, Chad.
And Chad, what I told you about showing them pictures of me again. It's just something he found on YouTube.
For the ladies that aren't from the U.S., do you all have metaphysical shops there everywhere that sell crystals and different herbs and things?
There's a few, not too many.
There's only one I know of in Drogheda, where I live. There's only one. They crystal, anything you can think of, they have, and they have absolutely stunning.
So what you have to do? You have to order it online. You have to go online and.
No, there's kind of now it hasn't been happening obviously because of the pandemic and that, but for years now, every Halloween weekend and every Patrick's weekend, in one of the big stadiums in Dublin, there's a Mind Body Spirit Festival, And that would have to, I always say, all us freaks congregate there, and kind of stock up for the year, because you'd have stands like with kind of everything like that, with crystals, and there'd be herbs, there'd be healing stands, all the kind of quirky stuff that goes with what we do, dowsing rods and books and name it, it's there.
Awesome. It'd be awesome to go to that.
It used to be better, but as with everything over here, I think the rents kind of got a bit expensive, so not as many stands come over from the UK as they used to. But there's still a good choice there.
That sounds like a Renaissance. You said it's like a mind, body, spirit festival?
Yeah, it's called the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. Yeah, so they'd have different workshops on that going on throughout the day. It runs for 3 days. And as well as all the retail stands, they would have workshops and that kind of thing going on. And then demonstrations as well, interactive demonstrations of like Tai Chi and, yoga, all that kind of thing.
I'd like to do Tai Chi.
I would like to try it.
Same, Jenny. I would like to try it.
I'd love to try it and see. Listen, I just have to lay in bed and my body hurts. Like I had sore feet lying in bed. I turn my neck, which is what you're supposed to do with it. I pull it. I sit here and I stretch my back. I snap it. I'm like snap.
You need Pilates and yoga first and meditation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Pilates. Pilates was quite it was nice.
Hard.
Yeah, but it was there was ladies there, older than me, and you could pick them up and spin them around and throw them, and they'd land on their feet. I'm moaning with pain, trying to just kind of like,
you should do a live video of that.
Put my leg behind my back and
what the hell you doing now?
That's how I was at beginner's yoga. I felt like, oh my, this is beginner's yoga. I don't even want to go to the next level.
Whoa. What are y'all talking? Because I came on the ass into this. I was reading something somebody sent to me, but what y'all getting your freak on, talking about putting feet behind back and shit. I'm missing it.
Sun salutation.
I'd love to do goat yoga. What about goat yoga? That I would love it. With the goats jump on your back.
Yeah, look up goat yoga.
Breathing guided meditation. Yeah, that's a good one.
Or so something else that seems to be taken off over here is forest bathing.
What is that?
Chad can find that stuff. If there's something about it, he'll find it. That man, he knows how to do his research.
Yeah, we need to know about that.
Forest bathing.
Well, what is forest bathing?
I want to know if I can goat yoga.
There's a good few places that are actually set in sections of, like out of their landscape gardens and that for it now.
Goat yoga. You're doing goat yoga in the forest while bathing.
Oh, God.
Well, it's
imagine all of us.
Whoa.
Tracy Simpson has a bunch of goats at the farm. I know she. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Did you see that, Rosie? That's an impalement.
You know what I love?
Oh, I
Goat
did.
milk.
I seen it.
Goat milk.
Like no.
I
You know
like
what?
to make soap out of goat's milk. I need to come over there and milk some goats.
I just keep them.
And
Oh,
make
I'd
soap
love
out of
to.
it.
Goat.
You lived to laugh. I'm telling you, I would.
Come on,
And milk
Chad.
them.
Don't knock it until you try it, Chad. You might like it. You might like it.
That's some serious backwoods, hillbillies up in the woods somewhere, mountains. Looking at a goat, you got a pretty mouth. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why I'm just out of there. I am gone.
Like heaven.
A waiting list, hundreds of people long.
That's a lot. We gotta book it now then.
Hell no, I can go down the street down to the
Have
neighbor's
you
house. Yeah, I go.
have y'all seen the prancer size? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
No. What is that?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god, that Google that
Yeah,
shit. Is that what it's
Prancer
called?
size.
Prancer size?
Yes, it's crazy.
And there's
Chad
that
needs to
one
watch
chick
that.
that does it. Yes, go watch Prancer size. And there's that one chick. Let me see if I can find her that does it. God, that's some
You'll
funny
If you
never
read this though, if you read this,
shit.
have you read this though? They're saying, all right, it's all this big city stuff across the country. They go into the farms, okay, whatever. They're yearning for to get out of town and spend some time with nature and the animals. Plus, it's therapeutic to spend some time on a beautiful farm, okay, in the open air. If you've been on a farm, you don't want to smell the air there for one. Then, with amazing little creatures, you know how many snakes and rats and shit around the farm are? Okay? And
Aye.
away from it never did finish. But I'm just saying, they just never been on a farm before.
Who has never been on a farm?
Whoever wrote this goat yoga thing,
I think
I
not
wanna
all
know.
farms smell bad. Some farms have like sweet corn smells and like horse hooves and like
Lord, Chad.
yeah.
cow
Well,
sweat.
I'll go.
Mine smells like horse shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I
go
like
out
the
there.
smell of horse poop. I think it smells good. I used to shovel it.
Same.
I'd be shoveling it and selling it to people to put in their garden and all kinds of stuff.
I love when the farmers do the lay the manure.
Silage.
Silage, that's the one. I love that smell.
Well, there you go, Terry.
Yes,
That's what
that's
you need to
right.
do then. Then people have to
Do you
city
get like
buy that stuff.
compost?
Get that horse shit, let it dry out, put some varnish on it and some polyurethane and sell that shit as furniture.
Oh,
Or a
Well,
coaster?
I think I've researched it one time, and I think she shits about 45 pounds a day. I mean, so I can make a lot of furniture with 45 pounds a day.
Whoa.
Really?
And coasters
what?
and bookends. I don't know. I'm just getting crafty here. Pie holders.
But you know, I guarantee you people would buy it.
Dining room
There'd be
table.
somebody out there that would buy it.
Dining room table
You know-
full of cow
Yes,
fat.
I will. You bet it, Chad.
I mean, can you imagine? Here, sit at my horse shit table and eat your dinner.
Eat off of it with your hands. Eat it with a horsehair spoon.
That's you can take a cow patty and you flip it
Right.
upside down, you scoop that out and make a bowl out of that thing. You can eat the morning cereal. You can eat your Cocoa Puffs out of that
Or you
thing.
could just use them as a weapon. Craft them into like a self-defense system where you chunk them at the person that intrudes your home. And
A frisbee. A frisbee.
Yes. But it's like a, what
That's
would you call
right,
it?
right.
Chad is saying Rosie would be selling horse shit.
I
soap.
would. You know, I bet you could find some organic parts of poop that would be good for your skin. I bet you can.
Do you know, actually, years ago over here,
Rosie will be making
There was-
horse shit soap.
years ago over here, there was that we have bog bodies. That when people
A
are
what?
digging the bogs, the turf and bog bodies. It's out in the
Bogs?
bogs with the turf and the
A bog.
peat bodies.
Yes.
have been found.
Bog. It's B-O-G bog.
Yeah.
Like a
Bog.
As in turf, peat,
To light for your
that type
fire.
of thing. But there was the Croghan man, and one of the finds was known as the Croghan man. And when they found him, they actually thought he was about 60 years old. But then, through all the scientific tests and that type of thing, they realized he was actually over 2,000 years old.
Oh, the Bog
But
Man.
a guy,
Is
he
that
was
the Bog Man?
yeah, Croghan, Crogham, Croghan man.
I don't think I've read
But
an
there was a
article.
guy
Yes.
down here, and he was in construction, but he was on a plane going somewhere one day, and just picked up a magazine and started flicking through it, and started reading all about skin and all that type of thing. So he kind of thought the Croghan man had kind of just been found, And he kind of thought, hang on a second, if Pete can preserve a body like that they thought was only 60, and he was a lot older, what could it do for the living? So he actually created a beauty product using whipped peat from the bog. And made like that, made it for skin and that type of thing, rejuvenates skin and all this type of it's absolutely brilliant now. It really is. But Janice Dickinson, he met Janice Dickinson, the supermodel or ex-supermodel in London at a fair one day, and gave her a sample of it. And apparently she came back to him the next day and she said, you know what, if you had given that to me 25 years ago, I would have never have had to have plastic surgery.
Yeah.
That shit sounds like Resident Evil, dude. I'm telling you now. That's how Resident Evil started off with a beauty fucking thing.
I had something like that used on me when I went to Las Vegas one time in the Caesar Palace Casino in the Forum shops there. I think it's the same stuff you're talking about because they said it came from some kind of
You did this way and you seen it in the porn shop?
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
Forum shops.
Oh, I thought you said porn shop.
Caesar's Palace Casino. They have a mall inside there called the Forum Shop.
Forum. Gillian,
And
can you
there
still
was
get
a
that now?
skincare store in there.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It was called Ogra. Oh, Father G or A.
Oh, I'm looking that up.
How do you spell it? O-G-R-A?
It's O with a slanted line over the O, G or A. It means youth.
All the women writing this shit down. Look at them, man. It's like scribbling.
Yeah, and I think that they had some black.
That's it. Yeah, it's black. Yeah, it's black.
Yes, that was it.
And I'm thinking that y'all going to turn it.
Where it came from, and it came from the place where that guy was at. Yeah, this was a couple years back, but I used it and it did work. It did work.
Y'all gonna turn into fucking zombies. That's all I'm saying. Now watch.
We're going to be wearing fermented
y'all
poop
check out that link
on our faces.
Okay, what
Is that prancer-sizing?
That's the prancer size lady.
Do it.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
y'all go look at it. Everybody go look at it now.
There's a guy that owns a location in Little Rock, Arkansas that showed me that, and he did it in person for me.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't.
On location.
I would die. I would die.
And I was like, oh my God, show me this video. And he shared it with me. After
doesn't it sound like the premise of freaking Resident Evil? See, they started rest my case. Boy, y'all women, I swear to Lord, listen at y'all. Y'all screw us up when your little boy is gonna tell us to put dog food and shit in the bag and we'll light on fire. We're going through that. Now y'all gonna screw up the world by going ahead and put this shit to make y'all into zombies and everything and be out there killing motherfuckers. I'm listening to y'all. I am paying attention. I'm watching.
Howard, go watch that video I sent you.
I'll watch that video. If you watch the video, Chad will send you. Chad, pull up Vietnamese
No,
street
I am
food.
not watching. I was going to say I'm not watching Two Women in a Cup.
No.
I'm not talking to the best network that there is. No.
It's not Two Women and no, it's not that. Vietnamese street food, we did a thing on it and Chad pulled it up and it's about cooking cow and
No, not today, Satan. Not today.
Yes.
Hey, well, on our show Sunday night, we'll be messing with cow cheek. So, you know.
Are you?
Chad knows better now. Chad,
Are
look,
you
there
gonna
it
do
is.
the thing?
There it is, everybody. Look, there it is. That's the YouTube. Watch it.
Is that it? Are you going to play it? Oh, good Lord. Are you going to play it?
Who?
You? No?
No,
Howard,
no.
Is this the one that Chad had on 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that's the vagina one.
Oh,
No.
They cleaned it,
No.
they shaved it, they made sure they come out the guy's little
I
barber.
would
He's
watch
like,
exercising all day, but I'm
barber,
not.
he's up there, he's shaving it, and all that stuff, and then they scrape it, and then they
No.
saute it, and oh yeah,
Massage it.
yeah, massage it.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just pull it and propel it somewhere? Elasticity,
Use it as a slingshot. Ding.
Oh, good
Might
lord.
as well fling the hoo-hoo.
Usually, when you do something like that, that shit boomerangs back on you. If you're a dude, it's going to come back and hit
No,
you in
but
the
close
face.
to the back of somebody's head. It's a wrinkly head, and just make sure it goes and it just smacks them.
Jesus.
But that's the thing; it won't go that far. With a man shooting it, it's just going to come back and hit him in the face.
Well, I'm talking about me shooting it like Artemis style, okay?
More than likely, you hit a man in the face.
It's
More than likely,
bad.
you're going to hit a man in the face.
And I'm gonna have my dash hound next to me and my awesome boots and my elf ears too when I did it.
And when you do all that, it's going to hit a man in the face. You can shoot it wherever you want to shoot it. It's going to just boomerang around and hit a man in the
Father
face.
Time is gonna get it. Then he'll stop making us age and he'll let us women look beautiful forever.
Who said meat curtains?
Huh?
Who said meat curtains?
I don't know. That's disgusting. That was not right. Oh, I don't know who it is. Someone that is on Prometheus Productions and doesn't capitalize words.
And we
Could
were
be a
all
lot of
watching
people.
it. We were watching the video and we were engrossed in it. We didn't want it to stop, but we wanted it to stop. But we were engrossed with what was happening. Oh my God. At one point, I was crossing my legs 3 or 4 times in a row. It was just awful to watch. You
Use
couldn't.
the slingshot. That's what I was kind of trying to say,
Oh,
Linda.
God.
Yeah.
Just.
Chance is sweet and sour, though.
Well,
Did they use sweet and sour?
Mm-mm.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
poppy seeds and sesame seeds
That's why boomerangs and hits men in the face.
and chia seeds.
Oh.
And
Did
quinoa.
they use? Oh, and they
Yeah.
use like spring onion.
Yeah, they take it and they shoot it like a slingshot. What happens? It just go around a woman and hit a man in the face.
That's
What
what
is-
we were
what
talking
is-
about.
What is it? How many women does it say they ain't caught on to it yet?
Julian's like, I'm out.
It's a vagina, right? She's talking about an elasticity of a vagina. She's going to shoot the vagina, right? And it's going to go around a woman. And what does it hit a man? In the face.
Please.
Vagina in the face.
It's
Anyway,
not often I'm speechless. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Jillian checked out on that one. She said that was a no
I
problem.
know. It is. I'm probably awake 24 hours again.
Oh, really?
Probably, yeah. Probably. Most likely.
I need to send you a bunch of like rejuvenating shakes with all kinds of vitamins in them.
I know. I have I got myself like a multivitamin.
that's what I said. That's what I'm trying to tell them, Chad. They don't. I'm trying to say it nicely.
I'm gonna fire him. You shut up, Chad.
I caught on to that. I just didn't want to say it. Because we're keeping it clean tonight. It's Wednesday night.
We were really
See?
just
I
not
did come
gonna
onto it,
feed into
but I
it.
wasn't saying it.
Exactly. Talk about mustache
And I
rides and
was
shit,
keeping it
Howard.
clean.
But you
I
want
was
to
keeping
open
it
it
clean.
up?
And it's
Let's
swamp
talk
dog.
about it. You opened it up, so now let's talk about it. You want Jackie to sit on your face. You just beat all around the bush, and you want Jack. Where is Jackie?
Go on.
Tell
Sarah.
her to jump on and get on
That
the
woman
mustache
ate
ride.
garlic tonight. You think I want to around that thing? No, thank you.
That's what their honeymoon's for. I'm not gonna take one.
Jackie needs to eat garlic and some beans, and we need to make Jackie some good food the day before the wedding.
Me too. I'm gonna eat me some eggs, beans, pork and beans, eggs. I'm just gonna tear it up. I'm gonna tear it up.
Remember, you gotta put it in a jar, though, don't you?
And then right before the wedding night, I'm gonna take me about four of those Docolaxes.
Oh, good.
Oh no!
Oh, good God.
It's all over it. Party over.
Make sure the wedding's over, though, before
Party
you
for one.
They might have to bring me to the hospital. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna be dehydrated.
No. No. She's going to start praying when she gets off here.
But you could probably bring yourself, because after all of that, you'll probably take off like a rocket.
Right?
No, because all they would
Howard's going to take himself on the honeymoon to a trip around the world that night.
all it would take is for her to walk in one place and do one thing. And it wouldn't have to be loud, it's just be a, and that's it. She's cleaning out a super Walmart. They're trying to get out of that place after she just walks down one aisle. That's all she has to do.
I'm afraid to even ask.
Women don't go in there and go like a man, you know. Women are silent. Women are silent. It's a sneak attack. Okay. Trust me, I walked out of that bedroom more than once because I couldn't handle it. It sounded like, look, if I wasn't a demonologist, I'd swear the devil was in that room. The stenches and stuff that come out of that room, yeah.
Maybe she is taking vampire deterrent precautions.
Oh Lord, let's see what we
I
got.
was going to say maybe
That's a good
she's
subject. Does
like
garlic-
trying to battle back.
Does garlic deter incubus and succubus?
She's probably trying to just battle back the
Garlic spray.
I ain't got to worry about the
Now
devil
this is
coming
a
to my
show topic,
Holy water.
Howard.
I don't have to worry about the devil. There's evil around my house, but not the devil. I just send Jackie out that way, and it's gone. It'll come back on its own recognizance. I swear, if you don't believe me, I'm standing in Walmart one day, and I'm standing there with Gabe Herrera. He's a co-founder with me on all this, on the Paranormal Swamp Investigations and Paranormal Swamp Talk, and we were standing in Walmart. He works with Jackie, and I'm just sitting there talking to him face to face. You know, we're just talking about shopping and stuff like that, about possible some investigations and all that. And Jackie comes walking up, and she's just standing there with a smile. I'm like, okay. And
Oh my God.
what the? Oh God! He ran. I ran. The poor buggies outside. The guy who was pushing him, he ran towards the street. I mean, it was just nastiness. That whole meat department produce area, just nobody would walk back there. I said, I think that's some rotten meat back there.
Oh, good God. Oh,
And she was loving it. She didn't care.
Poor
She was
Jackie.
No, it wasn't poor Jackie. She did that shit on purpose. She was laughing about it.
Basking in the ambience.
We do that. That's the game we play. That's
just
our little.
waft it out there into the world. Waft it out there, Jackie.
That's our couples game. You know, our couples have games. That's our game.
Y'all play the part game.
Yes, we do. We fart on each other all the time in the grocery store, and I blame her. I mean, I'll walk past an old woman and I'll fart. And she's standing there.
Oh, good
My
God.
mother-in-law used to do that. You couldn't go to a store with my mother-in-law because she would rip one, and whoever was with her, like if you were with her, Howard, she'd look at you and go, Howard! I mean, and Gene Wilson could clear a store, you know. I mean, and she'd be proud of it. And I was warned of it, so I never went down any aisle with her in the grocery store. Yeah, we're talking about your mom now. Yes, we're on live talking about farts. My husband is like,
Your husband is like, what?
Yeah, you ain't never
oh
laid in
God.
bed next to somebody, really. Y'all never laid in bed next to somebody, and all of a sudden you're just so relaxed. And
Jillian's
you
got a
see,
plan.
He just came in and said,
And his farts have
y'all never
walks.
said that. At the foot of your bed, it goes like this. The
I would
sheet.
not my husband. They hurt you.
Jillian's got a plan.
Y'all never seen that before?
You killed us all.
Breathe. You
Farts
gotta
have walks.
breathe.
I just shit myself.
They want to make you bring his mattress and burn it outside. I mean, that's how bad it stinks.
Gosh.
I don't know if y'all just heard that, but he said if farts don't have lumps, he just shit himself.
What, Terry? What did he say?
Oh, God. He said if farts don't have lumps, he just shit himself.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying my drawers don't have skid marks, but they got skid marks. Let's put it that way. That's all I got to say about that.
You got 2 out of 3 of us got tissue wiping our eyes.
2 of you. Oh my God.
Yeah, this y'all. My husband, we can thank him over there.
Oh gosh.
I'm not saying
They're
my
all
drawers,
waving back.
Terry. I'm not
You
saying.
know, farts are his favorite subjects.
I know. You tell him this. I said this now. I'm not saying my drawers has skid marks, but they got skid marks. That's all I got.
Here, I'm plugging.
Some of them I had to actually throw away.
I think we should make. I think they should make designer underwear that come with skid marks already in them.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the scratches
you
in
can
the time.
You can buy. Yeah, you can buy jeans off the rack with holes in them. So why not?
Oh, now you killed
Rosie didn't turn it off. She said that farts is out of her thing. Now.
No, I found something that you're gonna want to see probably.
Oh.
Well, Lord of the Rings. No, what's that? Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
She said she's out. She's out. And Jenny's like, this is another side I haven't seen before.
What, me? Oh, I've seen this. I have seen this. I'm laughing at Jillian.
Jillian about
what
to lose
the hell
it.
did I come on this
I'm
show
laughing
for?
at Terry.
Oh.
I think they ought to make someone to get the, like
Just
them little trees that
The
you put in
look on
cars.
Terry's face when her husband walked in is the funniest thing I've seen, and I don't know how long.
Oh my God.
Woo!
I'm serious. I think they ought to put them air
I'm going
fresheners they
to
put.
save this.
Oh my God, y'all. I'm so sorry.
That's just desperate.
He's such a pig.
Who's such a pig?
My husband.
Better to fart and bear the shame than not to fart and bear the pain.
Oh my God.
What did he say? What did he say?
Tell me again.
Because I'll take that
fart
title too.
Bear the shame than not to fart and bear the pain.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Granny Jen has them skid marks too. Yes, I do. That's me, Granny Jen.
She don't have skid marks. She don't wear underwear. Tell him, Jenny.
No, I don't. He's saying that's why she does that butthole bleach to bleach her panties.
So she has skid marks, just not her underwear. They're on bed.
I thought I had them there now.
Really?
Yes, what?
See, you already. That's why you got that butthole bleach to bleach her panties too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna have to go soon. What?
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
call it a night. It's already 10:07, and I guess that's a show tonight. We had a great time tonight. Got to learn some stuff. We got to learn some things about the paranormal field. They do have a dark side, and they also have a light side. They got some bad apples in a bunch. You know, every once in a while you might have a bad apple in your bucket. So just got to watch how you're picking your apples. And then we got to learn some things about Lep Castle, and which is very knowledgeable. We got to learn. We got to learn that Terry likes farts, and her husband enjoys giving it to him. And we got to learn that Rosie likes to dress up as Elf. She's got to get her ears. She said she's still got to get her ears. So that's cool. Hey, I can go for that too. I could get me a wig like that. I want me one. So, with that being said, next week I don't know who's Jack. Who's it?
Jenny needs some jokes tonight. Oh God.
I'm looking at this thing that you was just sending me. Next week, Rosie has a guest. I don't know if she, Catherine. Is that correct?
Catherine Sordelos.
And we'll have her on tomorrow night. What was that? She's awesome.
Oh yeah, Catherine's awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No fart jokes with her. Then.
What? What?
No fart jokes.
No fart jokes with her. I don't
No
know.
jokes. Jenny
But
needed
keep
some
it
jokes
pretty
tonight.
serious. Did you say
So-
she needs some fart jokes right now?
I need some fart jokes.
No.
I needed some jokes tonight.
And then tomorrow night, it's going to be on the Petri dish. We're going to have a serious subject. Actually, seriously, that's what I'm going to get with y'all, Terry, Chad, and Jackie. Tomorrow we have Ernie and Denise Pack. We're going to be discussing the Save Waverly Hills.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So it's going to be a serious subject, and we're going to
No
minimize
card games tomorrow.
no card games tomorrow. And then on the Holy Trinity, we're going to have a female Bigfoot.
Yay!
Really, it's going to be a female Bigfoot on. And from what she's already told me, her man's an asshole. So I mean, that's all I can go with that. I'm not going to give away the whole thing. Just have to tune in and watch. But it's going to be a female Bigfoot on the show. So
I'll be out. I'll be out in Millmount on Friday night, but I will be tuning in. I will be watching.
watch the female Bigfoot come on.
Yes. Yeah.
She's going to let us know about her secrets and all that. So it's going to be a good show for that. So with that being said, we thank everybody for coming on. Thank you for watching Prometheus Productions and Paralinks. Don't forget, we're trying to push for a Fear Fest in October. So just stay tuned and watch out for that. So with that,
Ladies,
huh?
I was telling Julie and Jen, nice to officially meet y'all.
Yeah.
You too.
lovely
Thanks very
to
much
meet
for
you,
having
Terry.
me.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Sorry.
Sorry, what you sorry for? You sorry for me? That's
I
what she's
wasn't paying
apologizing
attention
for.
because there was something about Waverly Hills over here on Facebook, and I just forwarded it to Ernie and Denise. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm like looking
Well,
over
you
there.
said you were
Sorry.
sorry.
Plus, I
So,
really was more
Rosie-
involved in the Waverly thing than the butthole bleaching. Sorry.
that's how Rosie gets to meet everybody. When she says, "I'm on Paranormal Swamp Talk," and she just looks down. She goes, "I'm sorry," and that's all I know. I mean, I don't know why. I think it's a good show. I mean,
Everyone have a good night.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks very
Nice
much.
to
Tuning
nice
in.
to meet you.
Talk to you
Have a
later.
good night.
Bye.